Boom, Life Force, Tony Robbins, Peter Diamandis, Robert Hariri. Breakthroughs in medicine that will change your life. And it's force. What's the matter with it? What's the problem? There are a few I had. Actually, there are 3. Not just me, by the way, but people who commented on my review of it. Now, this video is not meant to discourage people from getting the book. It's really just meant to educate. I loved this book. I really did. On this channel, it'll probably be one of the top releases from this year. But again, this video is really just putting out to educate about the book and things that you may want to expect with it. May want to expect from it before deciding to check it out. Admittedly, I came up with the idea for this video at literally the most inappropriate time, and that is all I have to say on that subject. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description, and if you guys buy anything through those links, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. But welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. The first problem is the length. The average book is between 200 and 300 pages. This book is over 700. The average audiobook is between 6 and 8 hours. This one is 23 hours. It's just a lot. Life Force is just incredibly dense. And this stunned me a bit because it almost seems unnecessary. For someone to publish a work of this length, it has to hurt his, her, or their sales. It has to. I swear more people interested in this type of information prefer a shorter book. And there's no way that most people interested in it are interested in all of the things that this book covers. About the length, it's not like it's fluffed. You know what I mean? There's not a bunch of fluff in it. Like I said, it's very dense, but there are so many topics in it that he covers. Many people are really just kind of interested in a few of these, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. It's like, why not just put one book out about each of them? It's like, did he have to put together one megalithic piece on everything from stem cells to diagnosis, to aging reversal, to organ regeneration, to leukemia treatment, to focused ultrasound, to gene therapy, to vitality supplements, to alternative forms of pain relief, to fitness, to sleep, to longevity-based diets, to building actual hearts, to strokes, to preventative cancer treatment, to autoimmune disease, to obesity, and even Alzheimer's. Do you know anyone? Have you ever met anyone who wants to learn about the future of all of those odds and ends? The length of Life Force was just too much, even though it did very comfortably, I have to admit, accommodate with that length each one of these topics and more, but there has to be a way that they could have broken it into pieces or made it shorter somehow. This is not Tony Robbins' first time with a book of length. His previous work, Money, Master the Game, was based on extensive research and interviews with 50 of some of the most legendary investors in history. At 1,100 pages and 21 hours, it's about 3 times the length of an incredibly similar work he put out 3 years later called Unshakable. Maybe this is just me, I liked Unshakable a lot more, but the long book fear, even for reviewers, is real. That might be part of the reason there are so few booktubers who have actually reviewed this book. I mean, it's Tony Robbins. It's not some guy who no one knows about. So a much higher percentage of Life Force buyers, I can just about promise, will not finish than those who will because of just the length, or at least higher compared to if it were 200 pages and 7 hours long instead of 720 pages and 24 hours long. Number 2, the narrator. This kind of piggybacks the length. If you buy the book, this is not a problem. But if you look at the length, you may know that Tony Robbins hosts seminars that can be as long as sometimes 14 hours. And if he can keep your attention span for that long in 2022, you would think he at least narrates his own audiobooks that are hours and hours and hours long, right? Wrong. He doesn't. It's actually a guy named Jeremy Bobb. Of his 5 books in full, Tony Robbins only narrated 2. The other ones, he only narrated maybe a few hours of at most, as sort of like a guest for the intro and outro. I have listened to over 300 different audiobooks. And Bob, he's good, but he's no Tony Robbins. A lot of people checking out Tony Robbins' books, I'm gonna guess they're not hearing about him through just those books. Their first taste of Tony Robbins, chances are it's probably not that book. Whether you're used to him or not, he has a very distinct, throaty, and energetic voice that keeps you engaged. Listening to Life Force, the beginning and the end are narrated by Tony Robbins. In the end, he mentioned, non-verbatim, wow, most people wouldn't make it this far into the book. They would just stop a few hours in. But it's like, Tony, if you just narrated the whole thing, then I don't know know if that would be as much of a problem. Number 3, advertisements, advertisements, advertisements. There are so many times in the book that you hear something along the lines of, Peter and I actually have money invested in this company. So many companies in biotech, augmented and virtual reality, and alternative treatment. The one chapter, Strength, Fitness, and Performance, Your Guide to Maximum Results, focuses very heavily on OsteoStrong, a company and biohack that strengthens your skeletal system and increases your bone density by, I think it was 14%, for straight up, 10 minutes a week. Once a week for 10 minutes. You go there, you do a little bit of stuff. It doesn't hurt really at all. I've seen a video, it looks completely effortless. I'm not saying by any means that it's not real or true. Heck, there's one 7 minutes away from our apartment. But it just sounds very pluggy. With how many different companies, he's like, well, if you want to do a free 30-day trial, all you have to do is go to www.osteostrong.com/life-force or something along those lines. These products might all actually be awesome and affordable. But mentioning one every other chapter or two to some people may give off this vibe of, I hate using this term, snake oil salesmanship, which no self-help superstar like this guy can avoid. Surely he can decrease the likelihood of it, but I don't know. A lot of this could just be one side of the coin. For the length, it would take way longer and cost way more for him to put out 20 plus books about, one of each topic. For the narrator, it may be a deal or something that he has with Jeremy Bob, where Bob narrates all of his works, and Robbins really only records the first and last chapter or two. They might already have a deal in place or a business relationship, and this might just be for branding or consistency purposes. For the advertisements, you don't hear them in every chapter. You don't. I swear. So it's not all advertisement. Much of it is sort of just promotion and support, saying, this has already been FDA approved, and most healthcare providers are expected to begin supporting it within the next 5 years. Is that advertisement? Because it doesn't really seem like advertisement. I mean, there's no call to action, as they call it. But those are 3 things I did not like, or I would have preferred to have been changed from the book Life Force by Tony Robbins, Peter Diamandis, and Robert Hariri. It's an incredible book. If you guys checked out this video and you're not sure still whether you want to get it, you may want to check out my review of it. Have you guys checked out this book? What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.